Good morning, SFC. My name is Connor Metz, and today is Tuesday, March 24th, 2020. The weather is showers with a high of 57 and a low of 44. The joke for today is, why do we tell actors to break a leg?
Why?
Because every play has a cast. That's all for today, SFC. My name is Connor Metz, signing off.
Connor was home to every person he met. He was just cool, chill, extremely bright, but what he was known for was just being extremely kind.
He was a great friend to his friends. However, he was great with adults, like super great. So he was very engaging and he can hold a conversation. He was well read. We always thought he was going to be like our intellectual, like someone who, like a professor or like a priest or someone who just studied all the time. He would have been a great teacher. He would have been a really, really good teacher, I think.
So he was a kid that they said at 18 months may never walk. Well, not only did he walk, and he wasn't, you would think that he was not coordinated, but he was the heart of every team he was on. He couldn't play baseball because it was too risky, so he coached t-ball. So he was Coach Connor and coached t-ball for years. And then he hung up his coaching when he actually started playing ball for his grade school.
His team had a goal of giving him a shot. They wanted him to make a basket so bad. I'd call a play. They wouldn't listen to me at all. They would just call their own play and feed the ball to Connor. I think there was one game they fed it to him like 7 or 8 times. He missed every single one.
Connor only scored 1 basket in his entire career, and it was like out of a movie.
The whole gym erupted. It was like one of those moments on YouTube where the kids go nuts because everyone knew, like, Connor doesn't make shots.
And so they commemorated it with a special jersey. And the parents signed it, had their children sign it, and gifted it to us. He was just that kid that everyone fell in love with. And after he passed, we had so many parents say, when our child was new to the school, it was Connor who welcomed them. It was Connor who walked them through the lunch line. It was Connor who helped them with their class assignment. He was just one of those kids that when he passed, almost everybody felt like they'd lost their best friend.
So the night he passed, he kind of went, took a shower, got out, his back was hurting a little bit. And because of his odd sitting style when he was doing homework and school so we just thought, oh, it's because you have bad posture. Well, no, it's because his aorta was coming apart.
Never in our wildest dreams did we think it was his heart, right? That our 13-year-old with a backache within 24 hours was going to die. When he passed away, the students, it was the middle of COVID, so the kids that were on campus decorated the school in a Connor Forever with red Solo cups. They had Connor Spirit Days. The parking lot of the school is where we had his funeral. And there were limits on how many people could come. So people drove up in their cars and just stayed in their cars to show support. It was crazy. The only thing that will give me some sort of peace and healing is knowing that Connor's death meant something bigger, right? So using his story to drive change. If a child presents with hypermobility and a connective tissue disorder is suspected, it's important that you do go the extra mile and find the diagnosis. Because if it's Marfan, the threat of dissection is prolonged. But if it's Loeys-Dietz, it could be as young as 8. So Connor, all those traits were in his file, but the doctors didn't put together the puzzle. And what's dangerous is people will do these clinical tests for Marfan with how your thumb fits in your hand, dismiss that and think, oh, they're safe, they don't have this. But if you're not aware of Loeys-Dietz, then this is what happens.
Nobody wants to go through this. It's the club they say you don't want to belong to. And at this point, it's not about saving Connor. It's about saving however many kids these doctors come into contact with.
That's what I want to have happen, is an awareness of this so that kids are screened.
There's a lot of little indicators that doctors can figure out. And Connor had a heck of a lot of those. But he was a neat, fun-loving kid.
I now think of him almost like my ancestor, that I need to look up to Connor, be like Connor. So when he died, there's this choice of, what do? I can be angry, or I can try to share his light and help others. So in his honor, that's what I'm doing.